Welcome everybody to the ACC Season 3 highlights for Phoenix SimSport. I'm very happy to announce the project is now complete. This took way too long, but I had fun every step of the way. Just before we get started, I want to give a big thanks to anybody who submitted their moments. It was a big help not having to search through, but I ended up having to do a lot anyways. And I found some pretty awesome moments. But without further ado, let's get into the video. And we start the season here in Misano, Season 3 of Phoenix SimSport. Going through the first corner, our lineup of drivers are keeping it steady. Through to the second though, I see a little bit of a collision. There's a collision at the back of the field. That sends Konos off. It looks like Just Jay as well. And it's P11 for Ackerman after an awful spin, but he's coming up onto the back of darkness here. P10 is up for grabs around the fast right-hander, and he's gonna dive for it up the inside. Lap 25 of our first round here in Misano. Elcor's fallen back thanks to a penalty at the start, but he's fighting his way back through the field. P8 right now, but P7's up for grabs, and he's gonna go for it on the straight. Up the inside of Landshark. Very close door-to-door racing, but he's gonna make it through. That puts him up in position in P7. Onto the straightaway, he's gonna have to defend from Landshark behind, who's gonna have a better run. But he's late on the brakes! They make contact! That promotes Ackerman up a place, but more importantly, Elcor's in the gravel. Position 13 after an early pit stop. That's not gonna stop Cthulhu. Up the inside of both cars, around the first corner, and he makes it stick. What a fantastic move. And Shanae dives into the pit lane, just a lap away from the finish. What was a surefire P2 is surely not now. More importantly, where does that put JP, who's currently running P4, but he's gonna pass that standing BMW. From plumb last to P3 on the grid. What an amazing drive. Now it's Sandefort, farther back at the grid. We're on board with Finn Falkenberg. Starting P3 in class, but an amazing launch brings him up a position. Is he gonna be 2? And he's in the lead after just the first corner. But they're gonna go side by side. Falkenberg's just a little bit earlier on the brakes. He's gonna hold it around the outside into turn 1. And he sticks it. What an amazing move. But a collision up ahead. Falkenberg has to take avoiding action, but he makes it through all right. The drivers dive into turn 1 here at Nürburgring. Collisions up and down the field. Ackerman's fighting his way back after a poor start. He's gonna go up the inside of Elcor into turn 1. Very late on the brakes, but he makes it stick. That Aston Martin planted to the ground. Maverick's been slowly closing in on his teammate. Up the inside, down into the hairpin. Side by side right now, but Cthulhu's gonna give way. That promotes Maverick up a place into P5. And after running a brilliant race, one of our AM drivers, Elcor Hamlet, finishing P3 here at Nürburgring. Diving down into turn 1. 3 wide at the front, but a collision brings Ackerman and Shanae off. Ackerman's had a great time progressing back up through the field after his spin, but now he comes across Cthulhu. Cthulhu's gonna make him work for it, forcing him the long way around the outside. Door to door right now, they almost make contact. Down into turn 3, neck and neck. Cthulhu just making a little bit of contact, but it's not gonna matter. He's pulled ahead. Ackerman's gonna force him to defend down into turn 4. He's not gonna let him run away with this. He fakes it around to the outside and dives for it. A switchback move from Ackerman promotes him up to P5. Farther back at the field, Shanae's gonna make a move on Kelly for P7. It's gonna take late braking and Shanae's up to that. Diving into turn 1, he's gonna make that stick beautifully. What a move. Cthulhu's had a little bit of trouble in the middle of this race, but he eyes a P7. Kelly slow onto the back straight. Cthulhu's gonna send it up the inside. Very late braking here. Is he gonna make the corner? Very late on the brakes, but he's gonna make it work. Last of the late breakers, Cthulhu. And it's turn 1 here at Hungaroring. Ackerman goes up the inside. They make it 3 wide at the front, but it's not a repeat of Barcelona. Ackerman's had trouble the past 2 laps to this corner, and this one is no exception. He goes over the curve very slow. Uzubi finds the inside of the Aston Martin. He sends it in, just a little bit late on the brakes. Ackerman exploits that. He's up the inside now, down to the chicane. Uzubi is going to hold it around the outside, though. He's not going to concede, but he's going to have to as he runs over the exit curb. That's going to give Shanae a chance, though. Uzubi's slow, and he backs up behind. The 2 BMWs make contact. He's going to battle for it. These 2 drivers have gone toe-to-toe all race. One mistake from Shanae down into turn 1 gives Uzubi the outside line. Side by side into turn 2. Who's gonna come out on top? Uzubi needs the points to conclude his season. Shanae needs them to hold P3. Side by side, now down into turn 3. Uzubi's gonna concede. Turn 4, always a strong one though. Uzubi's gonna get a run through here. Shanae just a little bit early on the brakes, just a little bit slower than usual. Uzubi running wide, but he's gonna dive it up the inside down into turn 5. Side by side for the chicane. Uzubi has the inside this time. But he's late on the brakes. Shanae gets the switchback. Uzubi just miscalculating a little bit, but he's gonna hold it here. Still side by side. The racecraft between these 2 is impeccable. What an amazing battle we're witnessing here as Shanae finally pulls back ahead. Stormy skies loom as we hit the track for Suzuka. Ackerman with a good launch off the start, but Uzubi has the inside line. These wet conditions are going to make turn 1 tricky. Uzubi going right up the inside. That's exactly what he needs for his championship. And it's lap 12 on board with Sinister. P6 ahead is Konos in the Honda. He's gonna make a big mistake into the corner, drifting out wide onto the very wet, very slippery grass. That's gonna promote Sinister up to P6. And it's the final corner here at the Grand Prix for Suzuka. Very late on the brakes, Sinister just making a huge mistake. Landshark gets taken out. That's going to promote Konos up 2 positions. Flying down the straight for the dangerous turn 1 of Monza. Are the drivers going to be able to keep it clean here for the final round of running? Into turn 1, it's clean up in front. But a little collision at the back of the field sends the driver spinning. That's an unfortunate crash. Elcor's had an amazing season here thus far. He's P5 right now. A collision up ahead sends Maverick onto 2 wheels. Elcor up to P3. Rounding out the final corners of Monza, we're on board with our championship lead. He's gonna take the win here, and he's gonna take the season. What an amazing drive from Uzabi to finish P1.